Let's go! Guys, today I just found out there's a brand new all-time high search on Google, and that search is, I can't sell my house. Well, a lot of people are kind of panicking right now. If you're trying to sell a house, you might be in for a surprise. Let's hear a little bit about what's going on, because right now in today's housing market, a lot of things is kind of at a standstill, right? You got people who are trying to sell their homes that are locked in at a low interest rate. For example, say if you have a 2 to 3% interest rate that you got 5 years ago, to get off that and buy another home where you're feeling like, oh, this new interest rate is 6 to 7. Well, I'm not going to get off my house. I'm just going to sit here. This causes them to get frustrated because now they can't get something similar to what they're used to or what they can afford. And also new buyers are coming in and trying to figure out, okay, what can't afford. Housing is already overpriced 10 to 20% as is. You add in that extra interest rate and it's not looking pretty for a lot of people. Let's just go ahead, jump right into it.
Looks like we're about to have a housing crash. Google searches for can't sell house just hit an all-time high, higher than 2008, higher than COVID, higher than anything we've ever seen, and we all know what that means. But there's a problem with the chart. This only goes back to 2016, so I went back and I checked every single year of Google Trend data. And when you go all the way back to 2004, it was basically a non-existent search term, and then this has just been taken off like a rocket lately. So unless interest rates fall dramatically, you're about to see home prices fall across the board.
People can't sell their homes right now. They're having the worst luck selling their homes right. This is not the market to buy. It is the market to rent. I know it sounds crazy, but right now it is more flexible, more feasible, and it's just smarter to rent right. The average length of time that a house is sitting on the market right now is about 3 months.
That's true.
3 months. Some houses have been sitting longer than that because the market is vastly different than it was a year ago. Just a year ago. Like, people are losing their shit trying to sell their homes right now. And some people are selling just to go back to renting. So
That's very true. Some people are, well, you just never know why they're selling. They can be doing a lot of things. A loss of a job, a divorce, various reasons. Some people can even sell it so they become what they call accidental landlords. What they're doing is, because they can't sell their home, or they feel like it's not a good time to sell their home, they're gonna rent out their home, okay? But that comes with all kind of problems itself, maintenance, finding good tenants, all right, insurance, those sort of things, and then they grow to regret that as well.
now it's not smart to buy. If you planned on buying right now, you might want to rethink that, because buying right now is just not it. If you're selling, it is just not it. Like, a lot of people are starting to rent out their homes because it's just more cost efficient to make that money back and pay on their mortgage or pay on their property taxes and whatnot than actually selling their home because they can't sell it.
So I just saw an Instagram story that was talking about how.
So why would you want to sell your house at a 3% interest rate, right? When you can rent it out, make a couple extra $100 on top of the rent for right now, and just use other people's money to pay your mortgage. Meanwhile, you take that normal mortgage rate that you already had and possibly just go rent out something bigger, nicer, closer to the area you want, or that fits your current lifestyle. And then you're not locked into a 30-year mortgage.
Can't sell house is one of the most searched Google terms right now. Let's talk about common reasons people can't sell their house. Number one, and seriously, this is it 80% of the time, it's priced too high. It's either priced too high because you're an unrealistic seller, which honestly, if I was selling, I'd be unrealistic as well. We all want to set the new market price. Or number two, you recently bought the house and you're trying to get out without losing money. It's really tough to buy a house and only have it for 1 to 2 years and then be able to sell it, make money, and pay the real estate agents. So number one is overpriced house. Number two, you're in an area that has an inventory glut. That's likely where these searches are coming from. There's a couple parts in the country where there's a ton of housing inventory because of new construction. So you've got all the new construction giving all those incentives, and then you've got the existing houses. That just takes time to work through. There's nothing you can do in that case, unless you want to drop your price dramatically. Number three, it's the way the house looks. No one wants to talk about this, but it's true. If your house smells weird, if the pictures look terrible, if you refuse to clean before people see the house, that can affect buyers' perceptions. As a mortgage lender, I hear about this all the time. That's what we talk about with buyers. They're telling us, oh, I saw this house, but it was gnarly, it smelled, I thought the house looked like this. That's the other thing. Did your agent take such good pictures that it doesn't look like the house? That can be one you don't think about because you're like, it looks so good online, but if
they're just house fishing at this point, man. Don't send me these stupid pictures, man. And this is not the house I'm going to see with you, man. What a waste of time. But she did touch on hidden inventory, man, which is kind of a thing, man. You get to all these new buildings, these new constructions, you get the existing homes that's already on the market. They start slashing prices because of the competition, and then guess what? It still doesn't make sense. The sellers are getting frustrated, and then they wind up backing out of selling their houses after having to continue to pay the mortgage while the house is on the market for 3 months, 4 months, 5 months, 6 months.
They walk in and it's lesser than, that can be problematic as well. That loud accent color wall, yeah, I've seen that turn people off. So look, 19 years in the business, those are the 3 things I would look at first if your house is not selling.
Life update for those who care. I just took my house off the market and I'm going to tell you why. Before I get into this, I want to make sure that I mention I am not an expert. I'm just talking about what I've seen in my neighborhood, okay? I listed my house 23 days ago, and at the time, there were only 2 houses for sale. Both of them had been sitting on the market for a little over 30 days. As soon as I listed, 4 more houses for sale, including my neighbor. And since then, there's been 2 more. I don't like competition, so I took my house off, but that's not the only reason. I started going just a little bit outside of my neighborhood to see how long those houses were sitting. 75 days, 89 days. Your girl know how to take a hint. If houses are not selling and they're sitting, I'm not about to have the house on the market right now. It's just not a good time, obviously. So I started doing some research because I'm thinking I can't be the only person going through this. I ended up finding this article. 2 states where home prices are falling because there are too many houses and not enough buyers. They are talking about Florida and Texas. Now, the experts say that we're not going to have a housing market crash, but it looked like it. So anyway, I'm just going to wait until after the market cools down.
Is the area or the housing market crash only for certain areas? She said Texas and Florida. Is it just there or just all across the United States?
Down a little bit and then I'll try again.
I've had this house on the market almost 6 months and just haven't been able to sell it. Started at $390 and went down to $350. This house is in one of the better communities in our area, and just shocked that I have not been able to sell it. So we did not finish the basement when we did the rehab because of the stairs going into the basement. However, I pulled it off the market the last couple weeks, and we're going to go ahead and refinish it. It's going to be a narrow stairwell going into that area, but I think it's probably my best move. So pull it off the market, put an additional 10 grand into it, and then probably going to come back listing it at 370. So I'm going to let you guys see what we're doing down in the basement. So this is...
At first look, the outside looks pretty basic for $390,000, even for $350,000.
The dining room and your stairs going upstairs, which is the master bedroom over here. So I'm working with that underneath me, obviously already.
I just don't like where the door sits, man. Can't you just remove the door and just let it be the open staircase almost?
Couldn't really cut into this space to create more headroom. Or to reconfigure the stairs without really just destroying this room. So we just left it pretty much the way it is. And
okay, makes sense why he didn't want to do it.
Open on both sides. So we went ahead and framed this. This was, cinder block basement. Went ahead and framed it. I was able to cut out this one header here and just restructure this where I'm not gonna have any issues. So, and instead of bringing the wall all the way to the end of this next step, I pushed it back. So that's giving me a little more room for furniture. Yeah, so taper's coming here tomorrow. He's gonna take this. I'm gonna spray the ceilings black, put trim down, door there for the closet, and then just carpet this area and carpet the stairs. And then, we still kept, a mechanical space and laundry room. So hopefully this,
I don't know, guys. Like, y'all think even after doing that, the house looks pretty basic for $350,000. I'm gonna just put it like that. You got these neighborhoods, or what they call good neighborhoods, that's supposed to be driving prices up. Like, let's just face it, dude. Right now, it's just not it. I don't even care what neighborhood it is, man. If the numbers don't make sense, nobody's gonna buy it. Let's just be honest. You're gonna have to narrow your search of actual buyers to a very, very, very small amount, because how many people are gonna want this house that can afford this price range? It gets smaller and smaller and smaller. So, man, at this point, you got to make the house to appeal to the masses, and sometimes the prices does too. And that's where the sellers get frustrated, because, man, when they go into thinking that they're going to make their average or standard $30,000-$25,000 in profit, man, they're sitting on all this stuff and they're walking away with $10,000, $5,000, $6,000, $7,000, $8,000, and it's not what they signed up for. It wasn't worth their time. So now what? Now, guys, you're leading into a housing market where people are refusing to sell, people are refusing to rehab, they're not taking any risks or any chances.
It on the market for this long, and a couple of them are like updated, ready to go. I live in an older neighborhood. Like, our house is 40 years old, and so most of the houses in this neighborhood, if they've not been updated, they'll need updated when people move into them. But a couple of them are updated. I mean, they're really nice, and I know for sure our neighbor 2 door down, like, it's move-in ready. And it's so weird that nothing is moving, and all 5 of these houses have been on the market at least 2 months, if not longer. So I don't know. I find it kind of crazy that things just are not moving.
Well, guys, this is where we're at, right? This is where we're at in today's market. People just can't sell their house. At the end of the day, it comes to high interest rates, high pricing. The buyers are drying up. The new generation isn't even making enough money to even qualify for such home purchases at these rates. Then you got home developers, neighborhood and subdivision developers that's offering incentives to move into theirs, really undercutting the rest of the existing market. You got a lot going on, guys, but let me know what you think in the comments. I hope this video was informative, and I'll see y'all on the next one. Let's go.